finished in a while, and I didn't want to do Deltarune anymore, at least not immediately. I wanted to space that out just a tiny bit, just a wee bit, because if it's going to be episodic, then I'm going to give it its own time. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's go upstairs. Look at the really outdated dinosaurs on the Fantasia screen. 1 second. Alright, let's do this. Let's get the controller. There we go. Let's put these curtains up. There's the curtains. Alright. We ready? Let's turn that music off. Let's turn this music on. Hopefully, is it actually on? Let's find out. There we go. How you doing, kitty? You ready to do some power wash? Tonight we're going to do the Lara Croft maps. I've been thinking about them lately. I've been thinking about those maps, and I haven't touched these since like before I started streaming the game, and that was like a year ago. So, ooh, I heard that. You got a thunderstorm happening, or it's starting at least. So there might be some. Hopefully there won't be any tech issues. But if there are, that would be why. Tomb Raider is cool. Tomb Raider is cool. Okay. Game, there you go. Everything seems quiet. Turn you up. Random sound effect. Watch your ears. Yay! All right. That's probably fine. Let me know if anything needs adjusted. But otherwise, let's get into it. Tomb Raider is cool. My problem with Tomb Raider is I've actually got many problems with Tomb Raider. A lot of them stem from like the most recent game. Actually, it's not the most recent, but it was when I played it. I think it was like Rise of the Tomb Raider. Something along those lines. It's one of the more recent ones. It came out within the last decade or two. And it was really bad, and I didn't like it, and it seemed a lot like it was just torture porn, and I really did not enjoy Lara Croft getting absolutely demolished every 5 seconds. It sucked. It was awful. I mean, maybe the game got better at some point, but the first, let me put it this way, the first hour or so kind of felt like, how many different ways can we have Lara Croft, you know, get her flesh ripped open? And I hate to be vulgar, I apologize, but that's what it was. Trust me, I'm holding back based on how that game was. Torture porn, yeah, it's... was I the only one who thought that? Hi, Coyote. Was I the only one who thought that those Lara Crofts were just kind of gross, kind of bad in that way? From what I remember, they didn't even really feel like good Lara Croft games either. They felt like okay action adventure games if you ignore all of the hurting women aspects, but the game itself didn't feel like a Lara Croft game. You don't know what I mean? That's okay. It's not a good game. I don't recommend it. I don't know if you were planning, Kitty, on I don't know if you were planning on getting Lara Croft Rise of the Tomb Raider anytime soon, like maybe get it on the Switch. I don't recommend it. Quite honestly, I don't know if I recommend any of the Lara Croft games. Maybe the first few, just for like nostalgia fact, you know, just for like the nostalgia point, but even then, like the whole, everybody makes that observation. Okay, good. I'm glad I wasn't off base when I thought that. I feel like I streamed it many years ago. I tried. I streamed it for like 3 days. Maybe. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Point is, I streamed it long enough that it got real gross. They could have just made Uncharted, but with Lara Croft. Yeah, the Lara Croft games originally weren't gross. Like, yeah, they put Lara Croft in a skimpy little outfit and had her run around, but the games themselves weren't designed to appeal to the lowest common denominator. It was supposed to appeal to a horny guy who likes a puzzle. And I don't know, when did Tomb Raider come out? Hold on. I need to fix that. 1 second. Let me put these curtains down for a second. Let me fix something real fast. I need to put power wash here. Turn off monitor capture. Come back here. Theater curtains up. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't remember why I was alt-tabbing. That's why. I was going to ask, hey, when did Tomb Raider 1 come out? I could just Google it, but it was released in 1996. Okay, I was 12. I was 12 years old. She was a badass in a French braid. She was, and she appealed to, you know, horny guys and other people who liked adventure games, people who like platformers, people who like 3D platformers, aka fucking weirdos, people who like games where you had to take blind leaps of faith to get where you needed to go. Those kind of people. I don't even know if I beat any of the Lara Croft games, and I don't super feel the compulsion to do so at this time, although I think I own like the entire lot. Lara Croft, the maps that were in this game, I think they were free. I want to say they were free DLC maps. Could be wrong. Possible. I've been known to be wrong before. Now, how cool would it be if I could go through this entire line of Lara Croft training stuff and not have to come back? Like, clean everything before having to come back. That would be kind of fun. What is playing right now? What is on Lara Croft? Do I have any Lara media on my walls? What do you mean? My wall? I don't know what you mean by wall. You mean in Roar TV? Or do you mean literally posted onto my wall? Because no on the latter, and I think no on the former as well. If you travel back in time to stop a disaster, but cause it instead, did you change the past or fulfill it? Oh, did I have it as a teen? No. No, that would have been a little much. I was a little too young for that. For that reason, to have like a JO material, and a little too. I think it would have felt weird to have a Lara Croft poster on my wall, but I can't properly explain why. If you travel back in time to stop a disaster but cause it instead, did you change the past or fulfill it? You fulfilled it. You didn't change the past. If you went back in time to cause a problem, but you were the cause of it, then yeah, that's all you did. You fulfilled the prophecy. Good job. Good job, Marty McFly. You know, Spirited Away was a really good Ghibli movie. I don't ever really feel the need to rewatch it. I think I've seen it enough times that it's like, you know, I think I'm good. I think there's enough other really good Ghibli movies that I don't necessarily feel the need to go back. And maybe that's just me, because I think a lot of people just straight up, I wonder if I could use that. Hold on. Is this just faster? Can I use this? I forgot I had this. I've got the Trifork. It's really strong, apparently, so I wonder if this is worthwhile to use. I'm feeling like as I'm using it, the answer is probably yes. It's probably good to use this if we want to make any sort of good progress. Like, not that I'm in a hurry, per se. I thought about it. I've been playing this game for almost a year now. Sean bought this for me for my last birthday. So it's been almost a year. My birthday's in a few weeks. I feel like it might be time to speed things along just a tiny bit. Also, Power Wash 2 is coming out soon, and, you know, gonna have to pick up on that. That said, I think it just came out to be able to wish list it on Steam, and it said 2026, and God only knows what that means. Could be late 2026, it could be delayed, could be any sort of anything you can dream of could happen before that time. Giant asteroid could come and destroy us all, you know, and other things that might not be so positive. But we can't be assured that it will come out by then. Okay, so do I have to do the... Do I have to do this? Finn's freaking out. Why? Because of the storm? Funny, I can't actually hear it in here, like, barely at all. Finn, 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 Finn. Has he had an STICK? Because if he hasn't, maybe he wants one of those. We have, we went to Publix and got a bag of dog treats that have, they're basically sticks of rawhide, but, they're like wrapped in some sort of bacon style material, sort of freeze-dried bacony material. Dog loves it. Dog is bee's knees on top of the world over that stuff. He's under the blanket and settling down now. Is the storm really that bad? I've only heard that one thunder, but like I said, I've got music in my ears and Power Wash. I've got my own voice in my ears, so unless there's a loud boom, I'm not going to hear it through the walls. It unfortunately is summer in Florida, so it's going to be a bit stormy. There was an episode of Voyager. I'm thinking back to that question. About going back in time. There was like the third episode of Voyager. I think it was very early in the series. I think they asked that same question, where it was basically something along the lines of Janeway and Paris ended up going back in time to try and stop a nuclear event, and they ended up causing it. Like, basically the same exact scenario that it asked for. So no more attune. He definitely is able to hear it more, I think. He's probably able to hear the storm a lot better than either of us can. Let's put this here. Or I'm not doing your stupid... I'm not doing your stupid obstacle course, Laura. I'm just here to clean things. I'm not here to run your course. Running, jumping, swinging, climbing, the essential repertoire for an adventurer. Constantly honing my skills is the difference between finding a relic and becoming one myself. Shut up, Laura. Aren't you so rich? Isn't she like obscenely, stupidly rich? He has that, it's like the Scrooge McDuck sort of thing, where you're so rich and you spend all your time searching for treasure just to become even more rich, It's like, you are completely unrelatable. You know that, Laura? I'm not sure where she got her millions. Probably stole it. I'm gonna be real. Isn't her whole thing collecting artifacts and like selling them to museums? I don't know. Maybe there's some deep lore to Lara Croft, or maybe that's what they were trying to do with the torture porn games. But I'm not. At this point, probably too little, too late to change the deep lore of Lara Croft. Unless, of course, you want to turn it into torture porn, which is what they managed to do. Good job. You want a confetti button? There you go. That was a really loud confetti button. Let's turn that down just a tiny bit. She probably inherited it from a family of pillaging Africans. Yeah, colonialism. Don't they give her a intensely stuffy British accent in the newer games that she did not have in the games before that? I feel like in the old games, like the little bit that they did have of Laura's voice was not an insanely British accent. Or maybe they gave her a new voice actress, and this one, you know, upper crust of society was the stage directions that she was given. I looked up how long the obstacle course took, because that's just kind of what I do these days, is I look up to see how long these maps will actually take the general public before I take a stab at them. This one was kind of hard to pin down. It's long, but some people took way longer than other people did. And I'm not really sure why. Maybe they were having a harder time with some of the parkour and forgot that there are ladders. I'm not really 100% sure. But some of the estimates were something like 1 hour and 40, and some were like 2 hours, some were like 2.5. So I don't know what is the difference for some people. I mean, it's been almost a half hour. We're at 30%, so not looking super promising. But I do have to remember that we're on a different schedule now, so it's going to take a long time for my internal clock to get used to, oh, we're halfway through the stream. It's like, no, we're not. No, we're not, bitch. Settle down. Drink yourself some water. We got a long way to go. And that's okay, because we got a lot of map to do. It actually gives us some time to finish up some of these longer maps. I've been looking at some of these maps and the DLC, and they're taking like 3 hours. And let me tell you something. It is very discouraging to open up one of these maps and think, all right, I'll get most of the way through this map tonight, and then we'll have to do it later. There's nothing that gets the old turkey more limp than thinking, oh, we'll have to finish up the yacht tomorrow. Blah. Who wants to do that? You want to finish everything tonight. Skill level. I do think this would take a lot longer without this, without the trident fork that I was using. Because before I was using this. Let's switch back to this for a minute and see. Yeah, this is taking way longer. Ooh boy. So I think that saving the Lara Croft maps for the bigger trident was the right move. I think that Turkey gets a bad rap. I might be biased, but I think people who say, and you hear it every time you bring up Turkey, if you're talking about the delicious luncheon meat. Also, oh my god, I'm going short. Dirt is a really good episode. Like, a really good. What were we talking about? Turkey. I think turkey is delicious. Especially if you get, like a flavored turkey. Not necessarily smoked, because I'm not a huge fan of smoked turkey. At least not in luncheon meat, but like a mosquite. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mosquite. How do you pronounce the word mosquite? Mesquite. I don't trust you at all. I trust that less than anything. Mesquite. Why don't you just make up a pronunciation like you did for pizza? Sprawl, it's been like 10 years since I did pronunciation for pizza. And you know how dumb it sounds? Hi, Sprawl. You know how dumb it sounds to say pizza now? It has been literally a decade. It sounds really dumb to me now. And you know why I did it was because that was how I was raised. My mama raised me to say pizza. And I don't... And despite not being, despite it sounding really bad now, that's just how sometimes it was your upbringing. How are you, Spro? How have you been? Did you have a nice summer? I'll smile, know that you changed for me. I think it was only fair because you changed for me. You changed many times for me. And you know what? I think that more men need to change more often for ladies. I think... No. Shut up. Bad joke. It's not even a joke. It's true. What was it? The Daily Dose of Internet that was like the bride and the groom did a rock, paper, scissors to see who would have to change their name. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, why not? Why do the women always have to change their name? Laura is stalking us. Is she? I wasn't paying attention. I'm actually thinking of making slight changes to the course to help me learn some new moves. I'm also practicing flattening myself against walls. To be fair, you know where she probably is? She's probably like up there. She's either up there or she's like watching us on like her on her cameras. To be fair, there's nothing that says she can't be like just sitting over in the corner. She hired us to clean her terrible obstacle course. SMH making Kitty change for you. I didn't make her change. I just visibly cringed every time anyone used the word pop. And frankly, I've kind of let that one go too. Like, I've heard it so much. It's like, it's whatever. Do I want to hear it? Not particularly, because it doesn't sound right. But does it sound bad? Meh. Your mom still says pop? Well, I didn't, Your mom. I haven't heard her say pop in a long time. Does she not do it in front of me?
Pop, happy poop.
Pop, poparoo. Tomorrow is Independence Day, July 4th. That's what Laura thinks flirting is like. She would. Laura is the kind of person who would put somebody in some form of either death trap or really hardcore work environment and then think, this is dating, right? Are we fucking? Goddamn America. No talking about America. This is about the holiday. America is sad. Independence Day is also sad. But at least Independence Day is the same as always. Celebration to all nations, but mostly America. Speaking of countries, good drink. Speaking of countries, we will be doing the country night on Saturday. It was the country tier list, but it won't just be the tier list. We'll be taking a brief look at all countries. How many fingers will be lost? Too many. I'm going to be honest. I don't think we should use fireworks anymore. I don't, I hate to call, some really hardcore, bold statements, some heavy takes that you didn't want to hear today, but I don't think that individuals, that private citizens, private untrained citizens should be allowed to blow up explosives. We should not be allowed to blow up explosives inside of our neighborhoods. We celebrate the American president lobbed a nuke over U.S. soil. It didn't even do anything. Wasn't that the thing in that movie? It's like we're lobbing a nuke at it. We're gonna take care of these alien sons of bitches once it didn't work. Shit. What state is this? Is this one of the? Oh, shit. How many people are in this? Damn it. All right. Get Dennis Quaid on this. Drone shows are way cooler without the fallout. Agreed. Drone shows are neat. They are environmentally more friendly. They're way cheaper. Way cheaper. They're reusable. There's the crazy dude who sacrificed. Yeah, about the crazy dude. Didn't the and I did say now talking about America, but just a brief stop off. Didn't crazy dude end up becoming a crazy dude? Like straight up right down the rabbit hole? I thought I saw that he was like super intensely just kind of a shitty person. Could be wrong. It's like, dude, that was your role, right? You didn't have to. You can be done method acting. You don't have to be a shitty person in real life, too. You guys talking about the in Independence Day, the old guy who blew himself up. Hey, who was the old guy who died in the plane at the end of Independence Day? That was President Thomas Whitmore, played by Bill Pullman. No, that's not right. That's not right. I'm almost 100% sure that's not right. Didn't the president didn't die? It was is that right? It wasn't the president. It may have been Bill Pullman, but it wasn't the president. The president made this speech, and he was like, "You boys might know, today is Independence Day, where we fought for our freedom." Yeah, the president lived. I'm pretty sure that Bill Pullman might be correct. I think that is the name, but I could be wrong. I'm too lazy to IMDb it. Point is, that's the guy we're talking about. It was the crazy guy who was like, yeah, I told you aliens, no shit, aliens are invading. I was abducted by aliens years ago. And the entire movie, okay, I got a bone to pick with that. I got a bone to pick with Independence Day, the movie. The entire movie, Crazy Man, Crazy Crop Duster, is shit upon. Because he has this crazy idea that he was abducted by aliens, even after the aliens start big spoilers for Independence Day, by the way. Even after aliens start blowing up cities and showing up and are definitely clearly around, the entire family is still like, "Give it up, Dad. No one thinks you were abducted by aliens." And the entire time there's like this undercurrent of aliens aren't real, even though they're very obviously murdering everybody. And it's like, maybe he was. abducted by aliens? You don't know. You don't know shit. Also, heavy rain for the hour, so I guess the storm is continuing, Kitty. So, just in case Finn is freaking out. You only saw Independence Day once? I could watch Independence Day tomorrow. I was thinking I might want to watch Independence Day, because I haven't actually seen it in quite a few years. It might be time to actually remember the movie. I feel like I don't have to see it, because I really feel like I remember all of it, but then again, it's good to have good, you know, a good recollection of a wildly popular movie. Did you know Independence Day? When Will Smith yelled, "And what the hell is that smell?" It was actually ad-libbed because they were in a salty sea and it smelled like dead shrimp. AMC plays it like constantly this time of year. I'm sure it's probably on like, it's got to be on at least one of the streaming services or on archive.org, where I just get all the movies I watched recently. Wild amount of movies on archive.org. I know I've mentioned this before, probably will mention it again, but for the movie project I've been doing, most of the movies I've needed to find have come from archive.org. Especially anything before, say, like the year 2015, it's almost assuredly going to be on there. Not always. Sometimes some people get up the ass of archive.org for good reason. Do you prefer the beach, the mountains, or the city? Like, forever? Like, what do you mean? Like, to live? In general? I mean, if you're talking as an abstract, I guess I prefer the city. But if you're asking where I'd rather visit, I don't know, man. Or if you see Glorp, bully him into going to the Ren Fair. If I see Glorp, bully him into going to the Ren Fair. 1 second. There. I told him to go to the Ren Fair. You would say beach? I would say beach too. I like the mountains. But I like the beach. Wow, or what? What? Now, I do like the mountains. Are you adding me? I was told to tell you to go to the Ren Fair. Or more specifically, to bully you into it. I don't know, is that supposed to be a secret? For the people who say city and beach, that's why Miami exists. That's true. I've been to Miami. Miami is nice. I don't know if I'd make it my destination visit a lot. It's over an hour away. But it's a fair. Sometimes, you know, Busch Gardens was an hour away. Sometimes you gotta go visit you gotta go visit. You hate Miami? Glorp knows more about Miami than I do. I've been to Miami, I want to say a handful of times. Always to go on cruises. Busch Gardens was 3.5 hours away. You were 3.5 hours away from Busch Gardens? I want to say... that we're like an hour and 15, an hour and a half. You never been to Miami? I'm pretty sure we have, Kitty. Didn't we go there for a cruise once? I'm pretty sure that one of the cruises that we went on took off from Miami. We haven't actually done anything in Miami. But nope, Tampa. Whatever. I know they're not the same, but they're places I'm equally less enthusiastic to visit. Kitty, we should go to St. Pete. You want to go to St. Pete sometime, Kitty? We should go to St. Pete, get like a Airbnb, go visit the Dolly Museum again. We should go to St. Pete. We should go visit the pier and go to Fort DeSoto Beach. I don't know. We probably won't, but it's a nice thought. Tampa is better than Miami, but it still sucks. We've driven it by vacation to Key West. Maybe that's where I'm thinking. The Salvador Dali Museum is nice. It's in St. Petersburg. I used to have family in St. Petersburg, but they have all since not been alive. So I don't have anybody that lives in St. Petersburg anymore. Food poisoning? Oh, that sucks. They broke their phone screen and food poisoning. Could you imagine? That just fucks up your whole trip. I still, knock on wood, have not straight up broken my phone screen. I don't think I've ever actually been to a Ren Fair. I don't know. Did I, Kitty? Did I go? Did I ever go with you to the Ren Fair? Or did I just see pictures? I know that you and the kids have been to the Ren Fair. Bro, why don't you go to the Ren Fair? Maybe not this specific Ren Fair, but I'm sure there's one probably happening somewhere. Get high ones in like 3 months. Rawl's like a 6 hour. Okay, 6 is a lot. I think I'd be willing to do like a 1 to 2 hour drive. Once you get past the 1 hour drive, I start getting cranky. It's like, okay, this had better be really worth it. I feel like I've either been working or have just not been, available for the Ren Fair. I've been to Medieval Times twice. I remember I barfed. I drank so much I barfed. And then I ate so much I barfed. Medieval Times, nothing like a fair. Medieval Times is fun. Medieval Times is stupid and hokey and fun. You don't have anything to wear to a Ren Fair? Wear a toga. Can you wear the toga to the Ren Fair? Was there anybody in Ren Fair times who wore a toga? You barfed in your hands? No, Kitty. That was a different time that I barfed. This time I barfed. Remember, I pulled over and then I barfed. This is a good conversation we're having. The Ren Fair in Ohio has like a time travel or cosplay day. You could be one of the really fucking annoying people who show up in like Star Trek gear. You could be one of those really annoying guys who are like, Captain, there seems to be a medieval society here, and stay in character the whole time as like Starfleet and be the most annoying, precocious cunt you've ever seen alive. They have the holodeck. I don't think so, no. From what I understand, there's just like a contingent of people who show up. Doctor Who is fine, whatever. I mean, don't be the Doctor. I don't know. Maybe don't be Doctor Who either. There's also going to be Deadpool. Deadpool, that sucks. There's also going to butt Deadpool assholes. That was really close to being good, Buzzbot. Our daughter dresses in perfect costumes. That's true. Yeah, she does some nice attire wear for the period. What else you get from Doctor Who are you going to be? Dalek. Could be a Dalek. You could be Winston Churchill. He was in Doctor Who. I'm sorry, and I don't mean to poke fun at anybody who does. Actually, yeah, I do. I kind of do. I don't know why I'm sugarcoating it. Don't be a Starfleet character and go to medieval. Go to Ren fairs. Don't do that. It's fucking lame. There's a million places you could wear your Starfleet costume to. The idea of showing up at a medieval times and you're
Are
having.
you saying rolling around in a pepper shaker yelling exterminate, exterminate every 6 seconds would not be annoying?
I didn't say it wouldn't be annoying. At least it'd be different. I would rather see a Dalek at a Ren fair than see a red-shirted Starfleet character. Cybermen were still the most terrifying. You don't like the Cybermen, like, at all, Kitty. And I don't, they're not, I'm not crazy about them either, but you are not a fan of them, like, at all, tiny bit. You mind the Star Kid? Well, yeah, Deadpool absolutely has no reason to be there. Let's just be real. If you're gonna dress up in old-timey outfits. If you want to dress up as Doctor Who, maybe the guy with the big, if you want to dress up as the guy with the big scarf, fine, whatever. But other than that, just don't. Just don't. Go to a convention. Go to a con. That's where you could be your Starfleet guy. Everybody will fawn over you and suck your dick. They're going to suck your dick. You show up to a Starfleet convention with a red shirt, they're going to be like, oh my god, you look like an ensign. And then your dick's going to be sucked. By the end of the day, you're going to dress up as a Farscape character. I don't know anything about Farscape. Usually half the people are dressed as pirates and half the dress. Pirates is fine. Half their fantasy characters or armor or whatever, all fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. You can't guarantee that. I can guarantee you, and this is a promise. If you show up to a convention in a Starfleet outfit, you will have your dick sucked. And if anybody questions you about this, tell them to talk to me. I can guarantee you that will happen. Now, you might not get to choose who sucks your dick. It might not be someone you wanted. I don't make the fucking rules. Fairies count? Yeah, fairies are okay. Roar will personally suck my dick. I didn't say I was going. Farscape is crazy Star Trek with Muppet aliens. Crazy Star Trek. My grandfather. Where is my Farscape? Oh my god. 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 Who's this guy? Who are all of these guys? I'm gonna see an extremely realistic Ro-Loren. That's a Starfleet character. If you want to have Starfleet characters, go to a con. My voice cracked. Go to a convention. Go meet Brent Spiner and show him what a cool outfit you got. Maybe he'll suck your dick. That's not a guarantee. I cannot promise you Brent Spiner will do that. He's very busy. But if you go to a Ren fair, you're gonna have a turkey leg, you're gonna throw an axe. You didn't see. What is the purpose of the character Scorpius in Farscape. It looks like a gross fetish thing. Scorpius is a complex antagonist symbolizing power, survival, and moral. I'm not showing that one. That one just has tits. Not a fetish. That looks like a fetish to me. I don't care what the bot says. That looks like a fetish to me. He's a real good baddie. There are no tits. So what's her deal? What do they do? Are they bad guys? Obviously they're bad guys. What's their deal? Give me like the give me the cliff notes of what their deal is, of what the weird fetish people deal is. Of Scorpius and whatever. The BDSM people. Scorpius only half fetish. Is that other lady his wife? Are they evil together? Banana bread is sick. It was really good when it was fresh. I mean, it's probably still fantastic, but I had it earlier when it came like right out of the oven and it was like, oh my god. I do need to, when I end up watching my series, I do probably need to watch things like Firefly. I don't want to watch Game of Thrones. That needs to be its own project sometime in the future, and probably will never happen. This curb still needs done. Is it on top? Scorpius, like wormholes, suck for a fascist government and has a psychosexual, non-sexual relationship with the main character. Thing where this last bit of dirt is. Where is it? Up here? No, it can only be here. There it is, baby. I give up. I'll come back. How does that work? I wasn't going to ask, Kitty. I'm glad you did. I'm not sure it works at all. Ooh, look at this obstacle course. This one's got a ropes course. Farscape is basically an acid trip set to sci-fi. I'm going to preemptively put that in the column of not immediately relevant to my interests. Maybe on the... I've got so many series I need to watch. I need to watch Orwell before I watch some of these other series. I need to watch Lower Decks. I need to finish Enterprise. Orville, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Lower Decks is like top of the list of things I need to watch once I get to series. I don't need to finish Enterprise. Well, yeah, but is there not still reason to at least watch? I guess there isn't. I'm not that interested. You gave up on you getting there? I appreciate that, because I'm sure it would not have had the... probably would not have had the effect you wanted. Because after taking so long, it'd probably be like, oh, they destroyed Florida? Yeah, that tracks. Oh, is that one of those, it definitely is, you know, Florida is definitely getting nuked in the cyber future, and pretending that that's like the false herring that, oh, I must be kidding about that, and it really happens. Lower Decks, from everything I've seen, looks really good. I saw that they're still, not still, I saw that they started uploading more Rick and Morty episodes without Justin Roiland, so, you know, way less creepy sex pests involved. Dog Cube is a really good gift. What is this Roar TV channel? Really stupid channel. I'm gonna keep it, but really dumb. Bro, what are your opinions on a Dyson sphere? What was it in the other Discord? There was a lot of discussion about Dyson spheres the other day. I like Dyson spheres. I think they're fascinating. Like Werewolf Raccoon. I think that this is from Kimba the White Lion. What was the channel with the weird looking hyenas? Like they were on peyote? That's a Roar TV channel. Probably somewhere in the hundreds. I'm going to keep Roar TV 1 channels just for funsies because there might be some gifts that I really want to show up on Roar TV every now and then. That said, I think I have less incentive to add a whole bunch of channels now that I have hundreds of thousands of them. Lycoon sounds like Roomba. I'd say we should get a Roomba, but I don't think it would be effective in our house. I probably need to get up to the top there and get it from the above. There we go. Look at all this dirt. A society that can make a full-on Dyson sphere is difficult to imagine. Even Halo levels of a strip of one are hard to parse. I was mentioning this during the discussion that I had about it, but in one of the book series, the Bobaverse, the alien species, you know, minor spoilers, an alien species there is like slowly stripping resources from like all of the galaxies around it, and it's taking, you know, hundreds of years to do it, but they're basically wiping out all life all around them just to build their Dyson sphere in their own solar system. It's a good book series. The Bobaverse book series. I've been thinking more and more that I want to re-listen to it. It's been a year, almost. Next month it'll be a year. Maybe I'll listen to it in August. I need the ladder. Willow eye bleach. I gotta not see. Willow eye bleach. Thank you. I gotta stop seeing. I gotta stop seeing that lady's boobs in the corner of my eye. It's like, okay, it's enough of that. I can see all the links that get posted. I can see previews of them in the corner of my eye, and it's like, I need to stop seeing that because it's gross. And I don't know if I could tolerate looking at those characters for a super long time. Even as much as I like the Muppets and the Jim Henson universe, some of their character designs are just downright unpleasant. Like, look at the Dark Crystal. Like, there's a lot of character design in the Dark Crystal that, and I don't mean to insult the Dark Crystal by any stretch. I think it's a fascinating movie, but a lot of the character designs are hideous in that movie. The protagonists are hideous. The antagonists are hideous. The scenery is beautiful, but the Muppets they used to do that movie were not great, in my humble opinion. You didn't like Farscape when you tried to watch it in Cherry Doom's Discord? Farscape official YouTube. Farscape Season 1. Are they just streaming all the seasons of Farscape on YouTube? I mean, that would make it real easy. This is a storyteller. I'm real confused. The boob alien is not a significant part of the show. Well, that's good.
You look like you're ready to have some fun. We certainly are. What are you doing? Nothing you won't like. Nothing you haven't already fantasized about.
What the fuck?
You've had sexual thoughts about all of us, haven't you?
Not me.
Oh, come on. You're a male.
It's just the way you are wired. Nothing to be ashamed of, not when females are willing. So what's your
Am I
pleasure,
gonna get
boss?
banned?
I'm a doctor. Just relax. I can wear a Freudian slip. I found new places to take your temperature.
I can teach you left-handed Latvian rotato torture.
All of you bitches out now.
Okay. Also, I didn't mean to start the storyteller. Get out of here. Some of the storyteller... Well, the storyteller episodes? Is the Jim Henson, the storyteller, related to Farscape somehow? Because the storyteller I'm all about. Kitty showed me the storyteller back when we were dating. It's been a long time since I've seen the storytellers. The storyteller series. Farscape was made by Jim Henson. Yeah, I'm aware. And like I said, I don't think Jim Henson, and maybe this is heresy, I don't think that just because it was Jim Henson means it was amazing. Jim Henson has done a lot of stuff, some of which has looked more pleasant than others. And I think overall, I think the Muppets are fantastic. But there's a lot of Muppets. That's how it was related to Henson. No, well, did I? That's not what I meant. I said was the storyteller related to Farscape. Because the Farscape official YouTube has storyteller episodes on it. What are you referring to? The storyteller on YouTube, or not YouTube, from the Jim Henson. You remember that? Hello, daughter. Do you remember the storyteller? Where's the storyteller intro? Is this just the... Hold on, let's play the intro of the storyteller. Oh, I put it on the screen, huh?
When people told themselves their past with stories, explained their present with stories,
Like, this is
foretold
real good.
the future with stories. The best place by the fire was kept for the storyteller.
The storyteller. The storyteller's straight up on YouTube. You guys want to watch the storyteller at some point? Like, I think they're just, like, on YouTube multiple times over. Like, everybody's uploaded the storyteller at some point. Hope daughter wasn't listening earlier. Why? What were we talking about earlier? I don't remember. Oh, the BDSM characters? Or about the Ren Fair. Yeah, we were talking about the Ren Fair earlier. What do you do at what? I haven't been to the Ren Fair, so here's what I'm going. I was talking about this a little bit earlier. You go to the Ren Fair. There's like a checklist of stuff you should do at the Ren Fair. You should have a turkey leg. You should throw an axe. You should get yelled at by a clown who's trying to get dunked in a dunk tank. And the clown could be anything. It doesn't have to be any kind of clown. It could just be some guy. But if they're getting dunked, then they're a clown. You watch a joust. You watch a blacksmith make cool metal things. That looks fun. I'd love to watch a blacksmith make shit. just open up Twitch makers and crafting. There used to be like a blacksmith on Twitch. Turkey legs at a Ren Fair are a ripoff.
Turkey legs in general are a ripoff. Blurp.
Get a root beer and a cool stein. Let me put it this way. They're not ripoffs, but it's a lot of meat that just sort of goes to waste a lot of the time. Some swarthy looking guy will flirt with your wife and then get beat up in a sword fight. Very esoteric, but I'm liking it. Watching a joust would be fun. I mean, we've seen jousts, you know, at medieval times, but as Corp mentioned, it's not exactly the same. I should talk about that medieval times at some point. I spent the entire time at medieval times. Did I barf at... I'm sorry I keep talking about barfing. I think I barfed twice. I totally did. I think I threw up there and on the way leaving from medieval times. Very cool story I'm telling. Big round of applause for my barfing story. Time to watch A Knight's Tale again. Is that the one with is it Owen Wilson? Heath Ledger. So yeah, somebody like that. Owen Wilson. Wow. I'm a knight. Forgetting about Andre the Giant.
I have some really bad news for you about Andre the Giant.
Alan Tudyk and what's his name, Vision? Alan Tudyk sounds familiar. The other one's not so much. Not my fault I'm the biggest and strongest. The only thing I know Andre the Giant from, other than his wrestling career and being famous as a big person, is The Princess Bride. I don't know if that's, you know, if I lose some points for that, but I don't know if I've seen Andre the Giant do anything other than wrestling gifs and his time as the giant in Princess Bride. I think quad bike is good. All right, so wow. I haven't even looked at this, and I don't even have to scroll down. That's really good that all of this has been done without checking. That's really nice. Let's go to obstacle 11. Handle. There we go. Apart from being Wash in Firefly, Tudyk was also Steve the Pirate from Dodgeball. I did see Dodgeball. I saw Dodgeball when I was I think when it came out. Alright, there's the handle. What else? We'll go to obstacle 11, which is right here. Alright, now we got to do the nitty gritty. And after we do that dance, we need to actually find what still has some dirty parts on it. He also voiced the brainless chicken in Moana. What the hell was the brainless chicken's name? Oh, I forget the name of the brainless chicken. I remember his name. There's like something Tuk Tuk or something like that. Like Toot Toot. Dodgeball was all the rage in high school. Was it? Did you play dodgeball in high school? I think by the time... I don't think our high school ever did dodgeball. Our grade school did. All the fucking time. Dodgeball was all the rage in high school. Oh, the movie. Oh. I was out of high school by the time that came out, Sprawl. I'm an old man. Hilarious behind the scenes with Alan Tudyk making chicken noises into the mic and then turning to the camera and say I went to Juilliard. It's gonna really bother me. Ask, what's the chicken's name in Moana? Hey, that's the bird's name. You hated dodgeball with a passion?
I love dodgeball.
Why is it pinging you? Very good question. A very good question. Probably is trying to ping the last person who talked, I'm guessing. That's something I might need to fix at some point. Doesn't matter. Frankly, it doesn't need to at all. So, I don't know why it is. This is kind of why I've been waiting for so long with the Lara Croft maps, because they are long and they are tiring and kind of boring. I'm sure somebody put a lot of really good effort into it, and God bless them for it, but they're just not very interesting maps. Has your movie list gotten to Starship Troopers yet? It has not rolled Starship Troopers yet. It's on the list still, but it has not rolled it yet. Which one is this? Obstacle 11 boxes. Which box? That box. I'm assuming I don't have to add Starship Troopers 2, right? Because if I do, it's going to have to wait, because that's not sequel time yet. Obstacle 7 brackets. I'll take that as it's not very good. Funny how many people take Starship Troopers at face value. It's supposed to be parody, right?
Space!
I did, I lowered the price of space, and I lowered the amount of time space took. I don't think we needed the entire lead up into where Tim Curry was going. Just him yelling space is enough. You should listen to the cringe as fuck song from Spaceship Troopers. That? What is this?
Courage, duty, honor. We call upon our troopers in this our darkest hour. Our way of life is what we're fighting for.
This is parody, right?
The flag that flies above us inspires us each day to give our very best in every way. It's a good day to die.
Whoa. What did I just miss?
It's a good day to die when you know the reasons why. Citizens, we fight for what is right.
This sucks.
A noble sacrifice. When duty calls, you pay the price.
This
for the
sucks.
Federation, I will give my life. Well, all is fair in love and war. That's what my gunny says. You're not alive unless you're almost dying.
Whoa. Boobs. Doing a random
button.
sound effect. Watch your ears.
Where is the Nintendo?
These are the words I march by. Duty, courage, honor.
I'll just
Every single
listen to it. I'll just listen to it. It's okay.
good day to die. When you know the
I'll just listen to it.
why. Citizens, we fight for what is right. A noble sacrifice.
First movie.
When duty calls, you pay the price for the Federation. I will give my life. Courage, duty, honor. Eagle, he flies high above us. The eagle, he makes our spirits soar.
Is this parody? I can't tell.
Give me the strength to carry on.
It definitely sucks.
Fight what is right. Courage, duty, honor, a noble sacrifice.
This sucks so much.
You pay the price for the Federation. I will give my life. Courage, duty, honor. It's a good day.
I'm not in pain. This is great.
Reasons why the citizens we fight for what is right. A noble sacrifice. When duty calls, you pay the price for the Federation. I will give my life. Duty, honor for the Federation. I will give my life.
These hubcaps. That sucks. Like, it's supposed to be a jibe. What was it Brent Fodder was saying? Satire, commentary. But now I'm not so sure. At least not the third one. All right, obstacle 3, obstacle 7, and obstacle 9. Why should you be in pain? It's over now, thankfully. Obstacle 9, curbs. Obstacle 7, boxes? Boxes. I think it's one of those misery loves company things. Like, if he had to listen to it, by golly. All right, three grips. We're almost done. How long did this take? An hour and 10? Not even. It took like an hour and 5, minus all of my stopping and talking and stuff. People take a long time on YouTube. All right, let's watch this. Let's see how this went. This is probably going to look real cool. Watch this. That's actually really sick. I don't know how accurate it actually is because I did have to go back a few times, but I did enjoy it regardless. Let's go ahead and continue on to Lara Croft's Jeep and Motorboat. Starship Troopers 1 is a parody in the same vein as RoboCop. Starship Troopers 2 is not a parody. Really? So Starship Troopers 2 took the idea and thought, let's just do a real one this time. Let's, you know, people like the first one. Let's do it again. Except this time it's going to be serious. I think that the really good power wash jet that I have is making this go a little quicker, which is nice. Motorboat Lara Croft. Heyo. Starship Trooper 3, the one we're in the room the whole time. Now, we're not going to lie and say Lara Croft isn't attractive, or at least I'm not. I'm not going to speak for everyone else. But I think she's very problematic. Maybe she just needs to stop stealing artifacts. Maybe she needs to stop being in games where the entire game is pain fetish. It's not fun. It's not a good game series. If you missed the conversation earlier, we were talking about once upon a time I tried to stream the air quotes new Lara Croft games, and they were miserably painful, no pun intended, because the entire time is Lara Croft. Is Lara Croft. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Why is barrel roll fucked up? Watch your eyes. This is going to be weird. That's not what barrel roll was supposed to do. That's so messed up. He's at least humanly proportioned in the new games. Looks fine to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mentioned this before, but next stream we're going to be starting the country tier list. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the different flags in the world. Ever since I did the American flag map tier list, I've actually been able to recognize a lot of American flags a lot better than I would have back in the air quotes day, as it were. Why is everything Laura owns disgustingly dirty? Is it just because she drives through mud? Dumb question, I know, but isn't this her house? Isn't all the stuff she goes and steals from like across the world? Like, did she drive this from South America? She brought it to a fan meetup. The fan meetup in Alaska. Where's your butler? I think that's me now. I think she thinks I'm the butler. That's the second time I've heard Uncharted. I've never played Uncharted. Do I need to play the Uncharted games? I've heard good things about them. She is a dirty girl. And that's what... honestly, it was bad enough that they kept hurting her in the game, but I think part of the stuff that really made me cringe was she was like always in the mud and dirt the entire time. So not only was she getting like 8 times stabbed by everything in nature, but she was getting infections all over the place. You don't think you need to play Uncharted? She did some good Let's Plays of them. That's probably not a bad idea. Very Indiana Jones, and the last game is ridiculously well made. I do like Indiana Jones. I heard the new-ish Indiana Jones game that came out was really good, but I'm not willing to pay $70 for it, so that's going to have to go on the back burner for a while. Like, I'm not the world's biggest Indiana Jones fan. I've had Crystal Skull on my list for like 2 months, and I still haven't found the urge to get to it. See, the game belongs in a museum. Do the worst ranked countries get called the shithole countries? I'm ranking their flags. I'm ranking their flags, not anything else. Don't do Crystal Skull? I gotta do Crystal Skull. It's part of the list. I gotta at least see it. I gotta at least know what people are talking about. I'm also going to be looking up their marijuana laws too. So I'm going to be seeing what kind of penalties there are for smoking the sweet, sweet ganja. Of laying down that sticky icky if you're in like Barbados, for example. What I would like to do, I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I'd like to put together some form of spreadsheet that like has all the different colors, and I'd like to get like some sort of infograph of all the like what people use the different colors for. Red is almost always blood, so that's not as fun. But things like blue, is it like the sky over Maricopa, or is it the sea? I don't know. It's fun. Yeah, the jazz cigarettes, the Mary Jane. Surprisingly enough, a lot of places still very illegal. Fun enough about America. Have I done everything up here? There's like, this one's way quicker. The vehicle maps are always way quicker. It is way dirty down here. Eventually, I'm going to run out of maps to do, and I still do have the Sky Art game, or excuse me, Such Art. I was contemplating doing that tonight, but it's been a long time since we did Power Wash. I was looking forward to just a little normal old Power Wash. The new game with the color, with the art, is really good. Highly recommend if you enjoy any form of art, any form of drawing, any form of... If you want to do a Bob Ross painting tutorial, there's no reason you couldn't do it perfectly in the game. Highly recommend it. What do you call a small mother? A minimum. Oh, that's actually funny. Minimum. What am I missing? I feel like we should be close, right? Left on this thing. Headlights, thank you. Headlights? Alright. Next. Everything's still on the Jeep. Let's get the motorboat done completely and then we'll come back and finish the Jeep. Windows. Always very awkward when the music switches. It's like, oh, dead air. I'm looking forward to the countries, though. There's a few good tier lists this month. We'll be doing the Bluey Season 3, but that's not going to be until the end of the month. Motorboat Siren. Let's grab you. Okay. And deck trims. What is a deck trim? Is it you? Kitty and I need to get to watching the... we like to watch the episodes in advance so we can have a refresher on where we're going to rank the episodes. And it's been a while since we watched Season 3, like a good month or two. Gotta be refreshed. Boat trim. Hello? Thank you. I think everything else is on the Jeep. Grab the wheel arches. Is this not the wheel arch? All of the DLC maps have 5 different, all the DLC packages have 5 different maps in them. This is the 3rd of the maps. So we still have 2 more. I don't have any idea what's coming up next. It's kind of a little surprising they didn't go the same route as like the main game and sort of just have us involved in maybe some form of archaeology. I don't know. Isn't that sort of what she does? She goes and like explores, not archaeology per se, but maybe going and cleaning off some just shit she found. It feels weird that we're just cleaning her car. Doors. Let's do the door. Which door? I don't know. Maybe I'm off base. That said, somebody's got to clean her car, I guess, so... From what I recall in the first game, like the only one I ended up playing, she doesn't really do a whole lot. She ends up just like going through ancient civilizations, ancient mazes and stuff, and she just sort of fucks around for a little while. She doesn't actually take anything in the original games. She does once she gets to a cutscene, but the actual player character doesn't seem to get involved. Alright, cargo bed separator. Is where? Is that not this? I need to open the doors. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Maybe? I guess it shouldn't feel too weird that somebody has to clean her car because not everybody gets to be the artifact cleaning guy. Maybe she only trusts people for that. Maybe we'll get the right to clean some of her expensive shit and not just her terrible Jeep. Rear underside. What's still left? You. Thank you. And now finally the cargo bed separator. What am I missing? What's still dirty? Not this. Ah. Perfect. Clean her collection. So pretty. Let's watch this. Astonishing work on the boat and Jeep as always. You really are a wonder with that thing. Okay, what do I get to do next? Clean the maze? This one's only worth $120. How much was the last one worth? Not that. What is the maze, dare I ask? Oh, good Christ. How much of this is actually stuff that I have to... No, no, not doing this tonight. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I'm not going around and looking for bullshit. Not tonight.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
To the town of Alfred.
I like where your head's at, Kitty.
One fine day.
I like where your kid's at. Your head's at, Kitty. Let's go do let's go do the Krusty Krab instead. We'll come back for that. There's an achievement for this. I think I need to do the chum bucket first. Let me look this up. Chum bucket achievement. SpongeBob. Cleaning the entire chum bucket. Do Back to the Future. I have time to probably do both. I don't know how long this will take. Oh, I can't use my good power washer. That's not great. Well, we'll find out, I guess. And we'll probably end up having time to do both. I like how Plankton's yelling at me, even though I'm definitely cleaning the or the chum bucket first, which is what you're supposed to be doing. I haven't really watched a ton of SpongeBob, but I feel like what I have seen of SpongeBob, I kind of get it. Like, yeah, he's a happy-go-lucky fella who pisses off everybody around him. That's SpongeBob. Gotten so bad over time. I'm not even talking about over time. Over time, sure, yeah. It can't still be going. There's no way they're still making new SpongeBob episodes. I refuse to believe it. This is me. This is me. I refuse to believe it. I'm these guys. Simpsons is still going. I know about The Simpsons. Bad news for you. There's only like 3 characters he pisses off. Does he piss off Mr. Krabs? Does that count?
I don't know why we even go places. We always just end up reading pornography.
I think you were probably...
I don't know why we even go places. We always just end up reading pornography.
You're thinking of this one, right?
It's a pornography store. I was buying pornography.
Yeah, I switched it. I think that's the one you're thinking of. I switched it to XXX store just so I can have an X sound effect. Squidward, Mr. Krabs, and the driving teacher all hate him. I don't know if Mr. Krabs hates SpongeBob, but SpongeBob pisses him off. I think he loves SpongeBob because SpongeBob makes him a bunch of money. Hasn't he tried to run the Krusty Krab without SpongeBob before and nobody liked it because SpongeBob is the only one who can make the Krusty Krabs sandwiches? Like Squidward definitely hates him. That one's not up for, assuredly. Who else hates SpongeBob? I guess nobody else really does hate SpongeBob. Krabby Patties, yes, thank you. That's what I'm thinking of. You know, the burger that's not... The burger that's made out of crab and nobody wants to talk about it, except everybody on the internet. Doodle Bob hates him. Very true. Forgot about Doodle Bob. Me how me know. Me noi me hoy me noi. I have a SpongeBob channel on Roar TV, but it's only season 1. That was the only one I can find on archive.org. You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? I think the SpongeBob creator has actually said that Krabby Patties are vegetarian. I don't know. I've read creepypastas. There used to be, back when I used to like patron, I think it must have been Imgur. It was like some weird site that was just talking horseshit the entire time. Do I have a... Yeah, there you are. Come over here. I'm sorry. You want to try that again? Let me hear that effect. That's so stupid sounding. I love it. Well, now that I'm tall, I keep telling teenage... No, I'm not going to finish that joke. Not going there. Chum Bucket looks disgusting, and I know that's kind of the point, but... That's why you never see more crabs. He's eating the babies. Yeah, that's... Anyways, I used to be big into Imgur, and there was a... Yeah, that basically what Kitty said, that it wasn't crabs. The story I remember is it was a starfish, because, you know, starfish can grow back their limbs. So it was like Patrick or one of Patrick's like friend or something. It was something really stupid. I don't recommend creepy pastas. I've tried to read a few creepy pastas. I haven't recently. And I'm not saying they're all bad. I can't judge art any more than a lot of people can. I'm gonna throw some... I think I'm gonna throw some cleaning liquid onto here. Do I have any metal cleaner? I do. What Gen 1 TM move did you give to way too many Pokemon? What an esoteric question. When I generated all those questions, a lot of them were Gen 1 specific. That one's way too specific. That's an HM, Gorb. That's not a TM, that's an HM. A lot of people had their minds blown by the whole SCP ecosystem. Are SCPs, probably a dumb question, are SCPs considered creepypastas? Because I like SCPs. Now, if it's HM, didn't HM moves kinda suck? I liked having Cut, but it wasn't a very particularly useful move, was it? It was kind of like a relatively weak move for Pokemon. Am I wrong on that? Also, I'm pretty sure at some point we're going to roll the old Yeller channel that has them shooting the dog, and I'm going to be really sad. Surf is an extremely strong move. Isn't Dig strong too? Although I think that's a TM. I downloaded a ROM hack the other day that was based off of Fire Red. It has some intense options. Supposedly it's like stronger than the regular game by quite a bit. You think of SCP as a creepypasta, they're publicly contributed scary stories, just a single overarching setting. I think SCPs are very fascinating, or at least the ones I've seen. just the idea, and if you don't know what an SCP is, it's like it's basically, yeah, it's that. It's creating stories about creepy shit. It's basically it could be this thing that I'm standing on. Like this this scaffolding right here could be an SCP. It could be a object where if you stand on it, you feel really insecure about yourself. Or your organs turn inside out and you die. You have a 50-50 chance when you step on these scaffold. And that would be an SCP. So that's why, and the thing I like about SCP is how how stupidly hyper-specific people get with the containment of the SCPs. Where they're like, this scaffold, which either makes you feel insecure or turns your organs inside out, must be kept inside of warehouse blank, guarded by 2 people at all times. And if anyone goes on lunch, you better be damn sure they don't go near that scaffold. Because we've lost 3 guards who wanted to go sit on the scaffold during their lunch, and their organs are still all over the place. It's disgusting. I do not recommend. Some of the SCPs, though, are nice. Scaffold is an alien that's trying to infiltrate her. Yeah, exactly. It could be like that rock down there. That rock is alive. It doesn't do anything. It just sits there and is a rock, but it has a heartbeat and organs. So that would be another SE, and that's how wildly random it is. It's like this rock, if you poke it, bruises. Something along those lines. And I think they're very interesting. They're of varying quality, and sometimes I think they get way up their own ass about the whole... Part of the thing about SCPs is that it's restricted information, so it has to be censored. Which, I get it. That's cute. If your entire document is just one big square block of censored text, you haven't actually written anything. You've just tried to be cute. And it's like, we get it. The government censors things sometimes. Special organizations censor things. Can we read the thing that you wanted to tell us about? It sounds kind of cool. That's a dog that makes ice cream out of its own pee. That's really neat. But you're giving us 18 pages of black censored text that we can't read. You didn't write shit. You didn't write shit about this dog that pees ice cream, and I wanted to read about that. Who hired us for this job? This specific job? Mr. Krabs. He hired us. And when we got here, Plankton is begging me to clean his store. I haven't been paying attention to him. I tend not to pay any attention to the people sending me texts while I'm power washing. I could not care about the story they're trying to inject into the game. God bless them for trying, and I think it's really cool for the people who are interested in the deep cutting lore, but I don't care. I gotta read the lore.
No.
You should read it. You think I should read it and still not care? You want... He's just talking about the fucking ingredient. He's just talking about the secret, and he wants to... He's just talking about wanting to steal the secret formula. I don't care. I just want to clean his restaurant and get paid. And trust me, it's still there. You could read it. So if, like, just because I don't care about what Plankton's saying, you're more than welcome to read it from behind my back when it pops up. Secret ingredient is meth. Secret ingredient is a shit ton of MSG. Aren't we underwater? Yes. I mean, yeah, we're underwater. They also have open fires underwater too. It's SpongeBob. I wouldn't think too hard about it. Wasn't it the one meme of Like the one meme template where SpongeBob has a piece of paper and he throws it into an open fire out here on the water. It's just monkeys singing songs, mate. Okay, roof's done. Glove's almost done. Guys, have you read the book Hail Mary? They're coming out with a movie for it. If you have, don't spoil it, because I'm wanting Kitty to read the book. But she's finally reading the book, and it makes me happy, because it's a good book. They put the squirrel in scuba gear. They did, yes. The squirrel is in scuba gear. And if they go to the squirrel's house, are we pretending that we don't know her name is Sally? Or do you want me to just keep calling her the squirrel? If we go to the squirrel's house, she is in normal attire, and everyone else has to wear the scuba gear. You didn't know her name? Sally? Did I say Sally? I meant Sandy. I did know her name was Sandy. I meant to say Sandy. Earlier, these earlier streams are really good for me still being awake, but I'm still going to say wrong words sometimes, so my bad. It is Sandy, yes. My bad. My bad. I was trying to do a joke. I fucked it up. Boo this man. Boo. Bad jokes. Late Night Roar was best roar. I disagree. I have to think that has to be some of the worst streaming I've ever done. When I get so exhausted, that is just me talking about...
The funny thing about SpongeBob is when SpongeBob does jellyfish, they catch the tail. You know, when I watch the SpongeBob and this part of the Krusty Krab chum bucket, it sucked. It sucked, and I was bad. Good old 1 a.m. stream. Oh, you're thinking way old times. Yeah, those aren't coming back. Afternoon nap times. What was I doing this afternoon? I think it was in... The problem is, I'm waking up real damn early and doing the whole work to jazz. So it's like by the time I get to streaming, I'm tired. That said, this earlier time is working out well. It's only the second night though, so we'll see. Very tired of naps demanding any time. What's going on, Feelanoid? Welcome. Let's go. We have been power washing like crazy over here. We finished two of the Lara Croft maps, and now we are doing the Krusty Krab and the Chum Bucket. Kitty could not stay awake for them as well. That's true. The first Roar stream you watched was the one where Robin Williams died. Really? I feel like I may have remembered you saying that. Really? I remember that stream sucked. You stayed? I was with Slur. I remember that stream not going well. Oh, God bless. I was really sad too. That was not a good stream. How's hour 3 of Power Wash? It's not hour 3 yet. This is hour 2. We are just starting hour 2. But the 3-hour streams on day 2, day 2 of the 3-hour streams working out fairly well. Your follow for this channel is from August of 2017. What was I doing? 2017? Have you been lurking since 2017? Holy shit, I have no idea what was happening in 2017. That makes me feel really good, Front fodder. Fuck, talking. Might still be getting tired. You didn't say you watched the stream after that one. Fair enough. What made you want to stay? We were very much running in the same circles back then. So maybe he came back and was like, oh. Slur's not yelling at him about Ease 3. When was the clip where Kitty asks if Jade is gay? That's on YouTube. And it's a great clip too. Oh God. When was that?
That was long after you were watching, Sprawl. Pretty sure you were modded by then. When was it? I don't know. 2014? Maybe? No. That would have been like 2015. You guys want to know what my most viewed streams are? Want to take a wild stab at it? Because you're fucking looking at it. The Power Wash streams are easily the most viewed streams. People like the Power Wash. People like to get things clean, to hear that ding, that very satisfying, ah yeah, ding. Can't get enough of that hard-hitting dings. Here, you want it ready for another one? Ah. You may have been around, that might have been around during the Zelda 1 stream. No, that was way after that. Oh, God. I'd have to think. Are you talking about the Honey Pop streams? Because that doesn't count. The Honey Pop streams don't count. Those weren't on Twitch, so they don't count. Still feel annoyed if he has opinions on Starship Troopers 2, or maybe Starship Troopers 3. Now I gotta finish the Chum Bucket before I can go over there, before I can complete anything on the Krusty Krab. And it looks like it's almost done, which is nice. What's that site called? That was Mixer. I think you're thinking of Mixer. Was it Mixer? I think that's the only other site that I've really... Not Mixer? Hitbox? Was it Hitbox? There's been a lot of streaming sites. Mangled into Starship Trumpers. That's a different thing. I'm talking about just nice, evil bugs. That's it. This Hitbox, yeah, they had some problems. Not the least of which, titties everywhere. Not a problem per se, but, you know, legally speaking, bit of a problem. I don't think I posted it in my Discord, but one of the like my favorite streamer was banned for a day because there was a fake cock on stream for about 0.2 seconds. One streamer you followed did some 24-hour streams where they around 3 or 4 a.m. they'd play the etchy Galgoon games as PG as possible. Once upon a time, back when I first started, when was this? Like, it must have been 2014, that same year that I started. I was playing, was it Skyrim? Was that the really bad ones? I was playing like Skyrim or New Vegas without with the censorship off. There were boobs all over the place in the early Roar streams. Schlongs of Skyrim. Maybe. It may have been Schlongs of Skyrim. And I tell you what, I don't think I can get away with it now. I think the bots are too much. They're too keen on getting people for accidentally having not okay things on screen. And I think I got very lucky that I did all of that back then, and should not try to do it anymore. I wasn't planning on it, but I think it's just that's it for the Krusty Krab. Just the doors of the Chum Bucket. I did have Schlongs of Skyrim. I do remember having Schlongs of Skyrim. It was a good mod. Did I get the achievement? I did. Complete the Chum Bucket first. Good. Now we can go over and do the Krusty Krab.
Actually, I'm not even at 2 hours yet. I thought it was later than that. It's going to take some time to get used to the longer streams, because I was thinking it's like, oh, it's getting probably close to time. It's like, no, it's fucking not. No, it's not, mate. I had the dual stream with Howman and got like 100 viewers when Howman was doing inventory management for 2 hours. Is that what it takes? I know you've told me this before. Is that what it takes? Do I just got to play Backpack Heroes or do some inventory stream for like 3 hours straight? I'm looking forward to Country Night. Country Night's going to be real fun. Twitch game streamers aren't always about the games. That's true, and something I'm finding easier to accept as time goes on. I was thinking about maybe doing some Skyrim streams in the future, but not necessarily doing Skyrim. And I think that's always been my problem. Like, if I do New Vegas, I've got to go do all the quests, or I've got to go do whatever. And I don't have to do shit. I could just play a game and want to play it. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if I'm doing something that's at least interesting, then it would make a good stream. I mean, power wash, you kind of have to do what the game is asking you to do. You're power washing. You're dinging the game. But some games, you don't have to do whatever the game wants you to do. My numbers prove that power wash is the most interesting thing that I do. So, while alternatively being very sad, it also says something about the viewers that it's very nice to see bad things becoming good. Part of me is looking forward to getting back into the art game. I ought to put that back on the schedule somewhere. Grim Fandango was an interesting stream. Yeah, but Grim Fandango was an interesting stream. And then was Magic Mansion, or Maniac Mansion, was that an interesting stream? I don't know. So it's like games that should feel almost exactly the same feel very different. Power Wash is a shooting the shit stream. That's very true. And I think that would be like the art streams as well. Art 1 was probably your best. Zelda 1 was probably your best. You were on the call at some point of Zelda 1. There's a clip of when I died to the dragon monster. You were on the call. You wanted to see Roar play Magic Mansion? I keep thinking like Magic Mike, and that's not what it is. Maniac Mansion, did I fuck up? I didn't fuck up. I did everything amazingly. Definitely didn't have to watch the ending on YouTube. If you walk around Skyrim trying to find every sweet roll and pile them up to your favorite character... Yeah, exactly. That's the sort of shit I need to do. Like, when I played New Vegas before, I ended up collecting a whole bunch of books and putting them in a bathtub. And it's like just stupid shit like that. You do that every time you play New Vegas? Well, yeah, I'm not necessarily saying I want to play New Vegas right now, but I did have New Vegas on the calendar for, I want to say, September. It's not on there anymore. I took it off, but I might think about just doing like a play around or something. You still remember us playing Saints Row 4 and Kitty asking you a question, we were under attack, and you were too distracted to finish the answer? Kitty knows that sometimes you can't always answer every question, and that's okay. Sometimes, and if there's an important question, feel free to ask again. What's covered in dirt, has one round leg, and likes hopping a lot? Because whatever it is, it just left, says Patrick. Thanks, Patrick. I'm gonna ignore your text now. The Saints Row games were fantastic. You remember when Roar streamed Grand Theft Auto 5 and left his child alone with With Paroi.
And I think Slur was there too. He was fine. I listened to the VOD. Nothing happened. Like what? Are you gonna swear? Like that would be really stupid and probably would hurt your friendship with me. And he won't remember it anyways. The new Saints Row is trash. Is there a new Saints Row? Define new. Tried to do a reboot? All I'm seeing is reviews. Did it not come out? Official announced trailer as of 3 years ago. Yeah, all I'm seeing is YouTubers. Is this...
You don't have.
It looks like the same game. Mixed with boring game. It doesn't look much different. Why is it so sparse? Isn't half the fun of Saints Row that you're in a big goddamn city you can do a bunch of fun stuff in? Why is the Ferris wheel sideways? I've got so many questions. It's called Saints Row. I imagine that's fun for anybody wanting to stream it. Very annoying, by the way. Very minor complaint here. But as a Twitch streamer, very annoying when you're trying to put in the name of a game and it's like, say, Doom. And you want to play Doom, but you're talking about the Doom that came out in 2016. And there's only one Doom title. And everybody who goes into that category would only be looking for the people playing the 1993 version of Doom. And it's like, why do you make things so frustratingly hard? Why can't you just let us put in our own game title? Probably because that wouldn't work. I don't know. I'm sure they've probably thought it through. We called it Saints Row. Yeah, could have called it Saints Row Reboot. Been involved in games, hates the no-name reboots. Just seems very lazy. Saints Row had a good few games that got progressively worse from game to game. I don't know if I've seen a David Lynch movie. Yeah, I have. I saw The Thing. Is that David Lynch? I might be misremembering. That's John Carpenter. Right. I don't think I've seen any David Lynch movies. Also, didn't you watch Dune? I did. Is that David Lynch? I'd have to look at like the IMDb page because I don't think I've seen any of his movies. On a completely unrelated note, I did end up buying Heavy Rain for $5. So we might be doing a Heavy Rain playthrough at some point. Again. Yeah, I did watch the old Dune. I didn't watch the second movie of the reboot of Dune. I just watched the original. Haven't I already streamed Heavy Rain? It'll make you sad feeling like. I guess it was 6 years ago. You know, only an administration and a half ago since the last time we played Heavy Rain. It's not as bad as the as some of the games that have been a long time. I have streamed Heavy Rain, yes, I remember. But you know, it has other endings. That's the Spirit Sprawl. I had to buy it again. Why did I buy it again? What did I play it on? Why did I buy it again? Heavy Rain. Was it on, like, PlayStation? How did I play it before? I don't remember. The VODs are gone, unfortunately. I can't see what I played it on before. That's another reason why I kind of want to replay it, because the VODs are gone, so, you know, we don't have any memory of what happened during Heavy Rain, the original. I might have to sneeze. Might have to sneeze. Here it comes. Here it comes. Sure hope I muted that. Woo! Okay. I'm better.
Do it.
Do it. I don't remember how I played Heavy Rain before. We definitely did it. It must have been on, like... You know what I bet you it was? I bet you it was on the PS3. Ethan crushed his son Jason by jumping on top of him. I don't remember the game well enough to know what that means. Didn't Jason run off and get hit by a car? Something like that? Or was that Sean? Jason. Sean's the kid they're looking for the rest of the game, right? Ethan jumped on him and then he cut to black. I think you're supposed to extrapolate that he was hit by a car. If I had to take a wild stab at it, I would guess that's what we're supposed to gather from what happened. What I do remember from Heavy Rain is that I want to say we got the worst option. I want to say, big spoilers for Heavy Rain. I want to say we ended up dying. No. I remember it was the kid died. Didn't Sean die? Didn't he drown? Because he was stuck in that cage and we couldn't get to him. Jason getting hit by a car. Good video. So he was so the kid was supposed to die from that? If Ethan survived, then Jason should have survived too. I think I agree. Maybe Jason had a heart attack. Maybe he was so frightened at the idea of being smushed that he just keeled over right there and then. Always have your kids on those pet harness things. Should I? Kitty, is Rora still in the room? Should we tell the story of when we had when we put our kid on a leash? And you want to know how fucking well it went? We went to SeaWorld. We went to SeaWorld and we had a backpack. We didn't have a leash on our child. We had a backpack that she was wearing, and the backpack had a little handle on, a little handle that you could hold on to make sure they didn't run off too far. And God, I forget how old they were. I want to say probably something like not too yet, old enough to walk and run fast, but still very young. And we took out the backpack and we put it on, and they walked far enough, like they were just walking far enough that they noticed the slack cut, and they were like stopped and noticed that the rope was keeping them in tight, and they grabbed the rope and yanked as hard as humanly possible, which isn't very hard for a 2-year-old, but they did not tolerate the leash whatsoever. Not a fan. Honestly, not as useful as you'd think. A lot of people who don't have kids seem to think that everything is real easy when they're kids. If you just do this, you know what? All you've got to do is give your kids a book and they will be happy as peaches in a restaurant. They will sit there quietly, thank the Lord God Almighty when it's time, and dig in as long as they have a book. That's how stupid people fucking sound. Every single time they're like, oh, you're giving your child an iPad? I'm sorry, haven't you ever heard of blocks? Wow, you must suck as a parent. And obviously, there are parents who will just dump their kids in front of electronics willy-nilly. Sure thing. But the amount of smarmy horseshit that comes out of people who think they know so much. It's like, let's talk to the parent who's been awake for about 48 of the last 55 hours and tell them, oh, you're going to let your kid watch Backyardigans? Eat ass! That's what I say. Just fuck yourself. Go, shut up. What are you doing? Criticizing? That's what I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing is just criticism out of you. If your cat had a favorite TV show or movie, what would it be? Mark? If Mark had a favorite TV show, please raise my kids. I kind of trust, honestly, part of me trusts GPT more than I trust half of the people out there. It sounds horrible until you realize that half of people out there suck. So I'm like, you could trust the thing that doesn't know how many R's are in strawberry, or you can trust the thing that leaves kids in their car to die from exposure. Our kids are incredible, and they had one of the first. And one of the first what? They were like the first iPads? Or what do you mean? Like they were the first of the technology crowd. Here, 22 R's in strawberry. Let's ask this. Let's ask our buddy. Let's see if this one knows. How many R's are in strawberry? Well, that's really wrong. You know, usually they at least get the 2. That was worth a jellyfish that died for that. Buttspot is correct, though. There is only 1 R in straw butt. Man, this version's using like nano. So I don't know how it got so wrong. New versions of GPT have understood the like they did an update and now they can actually count the amount of R's in strawberry. I guess this I guess my version didn't get the update. This is why the tool should be treated with the hugest grain of salt imaginable and for entertainment value only. Honestly, the way I have it set up, it probably has no chance of doing it properly. How many R's are in salt, though? Buttspot's very talkative. You definitely shouldn't summarize anything or create lists. I don't think there's anything wrong with having it summarize or create lists as long as it's only for entertainment value and you understand that it could completely be wrong. Whether that's worth it to you, whether it's worth the amount of time it might save you to be wrong, or whether it's worth possibly being wrong in a situation where you can't afford to be, then, you know, that's the decision you make. Don't use it in, you know, business or somewhere where you have to be accurate. Bot is taking the whole word as a single token instead of 2. You can probably get it to figure this out. How many count the R? Nah, screw it. I don't know if the amount of electricity it uses to be wrong, purely for entertainment. Yeah, I hear it. It's like, I keep hearing the old electricity argument. It's like, I understand. I'm not going to let, you know, every other corporation off the hook that is about 9 times worse than every human could imagine being. And I also don't take part in selective boycotts, but I'm not going to argue. I don't know the statistics. I don't know. Frankly, it's all going to run out of money eventually, so I'm just having it make enough Python scripts that I don't need to use it anymore. Because honestly, the more Python scripts and stuff that I have it create, the less I find use for it. Roar, look at the thing. Druckmann shared the conversation he had with Pedro Pascal, who was getting frustrated with him. Pascal asked him, "Do you like art?" Who's Druckmann? I feel like I remember. I thought I saw something from Druckmann on Reddit. He's leaving something, right? Isn't he leaving a project of some sort? Wonder what happened with the VC money. Yeah, I mean, right now, tokens are incredibly cheap. I'm assuming that's probably going to bite them in the ass at some point. Who sniffed his own farts for Last of Us 2? He's leaving The Last of Us Season 3. That's what it was. Season 3. Or, excuse me, The Last of Us. I knew there was some sort of series that he was leaving that I remember reading about. I get all of my news information off of the search feature on Reddit. And I get it mostly unwillingly. Because I go to search for something and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot not to look at the headlines. I played The Last of Us for a little bit. I got to a screen with a whole bunch of clickers, and I realized I didn't want to play it anymore. I don't know if I made the right decision or not, but that was my experience with The Last of Us. You get all your news from the ongoing section. Probably not a bad place. Don't they have like a, you know, latest events page on Wikipedia? Like the latest, the hippest news and fashion. Very funny to think of that as literal. You just open up The Last of Us 2 and it's just 15 straight hours of manual masturbation. It's like, can we at least get a different angle? Like, I don't like this. I don't like this shot. It looks like we're looking into a very small tunnel. You don't like The Last of Us, but you also don't like video games or movie style story games. Well, isn't it? It's not quite an adventure game, but it probably scratches a lot of those same annoyances. It probably feels more adventure game than not, from what I remember. Yeah, that's the, if you don't like an adventure game, from what I remember of The Last of Us, you're not going to like The Last of Us. Part of me wants to play another adventure game, and the other part of me is like, I think I've really kind of played all the ones that are really good. I do have the Strong Bad series of adventure games, but I don't think I'm going to play those on stream. I can't imagine anyone's interested in the Homestar Runner series of video games. It's survival horror, but there's a lot of character work and world building in between. Yeah, like there is a lot more to it than the average adventure game, but it feels very similar. The third-person shooter stealth game that's entirely linear and has very little shooting or stealth. I didn't have a lot of fun from what I remember of The Last of Us. I should stream some click adventures. I did have a whole night. Have you guys ever been to the website neil.fun? There's a whole bunch of stuff on that website that I wanted to take a look at, and then I decided not to. Did you miss what you said? What did you say? Dude literally put himself in the game. Wait, so who is the Mary Sue, him? Or Mary Sue like somebody he had a crush on? Point and click adventure game puzzles are a different kind of genre. I want to play King's Quest 6 at some point. I've played 5. I've never actually properly played 6. Can't help but notice I'm very slowly dropping frames. Like I just looked at it a minute ago and it was like 86 and now it's 111 that I've dropped. They stopped making them, but they're great, bizarre comedy text adventure games. Clickhole is good, from what I remember. Here's the post. I need sign shell, sign poll. Where's the post? Entrance sign. Oh, maybe it's over here. This there it is. The big muscle girl that you inexplicably have to play as for like 6 hours near the end of the game to show how she's actually the good guy. In October, we're playing Resident Evil, the village, with the huge vampire lady and getting pegged. Uh-oh! I'm a big, tall vampire lady. I'm stuck in a spooky castle.
When the scientist wanted to clone a deer, he bought a do-it-yourself kit.
Village.
That was the wrong button. Village. Yeah, we're going to play Resident Evil The Village. It's going to be my first Resident Evil game. So I hope you all are looking forward to Spooky Month. It's going to be a... Spooky Month's already all planned. It's going to be exciting. I say it's all planned. It's all planned for a 2-hour schedule. So... Oh my Christ. Oh, I didn't even fucking think about that. Oh. It took so long to get October put together. That was really good. That would be so... Ooh, that'd be so bad. It'd be so painful. The big vampire lady. Ooh. Let me put it this way. How is the inventory system in Resident Evil? Village, specifically. Because the inventory system is what I've always heard has been kind of annoying and a bit of a problem. You can just not do something. Well, I want... No, well... that's the thing. I want to do all the things. I just... Now I'm like, oh shit. If I'm doing... Basically, I'm doing 150% every stream, so I'm like, I'm going to... my timing is going to be way off. On the plus side, I guess I could... I'll have more time for horror games. If that's what I want to do. I'm not even sure. I'll have to look at that tomorrow. That's a tomorrow problem. You don't think the new Resident Evil games have much of an inventory system? Do I have the demo still? I may have deleted it. I did. I played a tiny bit of the Resident Evil The Village demo. They're actual horror games, not poorly designed third-person shooters or puzzle horror games. Am I going to be spooked? Am I going to be spooked out of my pants? What level of spookiness should I expect? Village was more of an action shooter than 4 was. I'd rather have an action shooter. I don't mind the action shooter genre. You wear pants? I wear sleep pants every night. Some people say, you know, let me say this. I've heard people say for years that it's like they get on their computer and they take off their pants and they're just in their underwear, just on the computer. And I'm not here to run a poll or anything. I'm not interested in whether you're wearing pants or not. Feel free to tell me. I don't care. But I don't think it's that comfortable to just have bare legs. And maybe I'm off base. You'll probably be scared in them if I get scared of games. I don't typically get scared of games. Keep your pants on. Don't show us your pole. Hey-yo. Hey-yo. Wearing exactly 2 items of clothing and one of them is your glasses. I'm wearing glasses. You wear pants to the computer. If you want to know the secret behind the turkey, just imagine sleep pants and glasses and a shirt of some sort. I exclusively wear sleep pants at home unless I'm going out to like mow the lawn or something. Computer wear pants like this. Wondering what was playing on Roar TV. It's whenever I don't know what's playing, it's usually the Super Mario Brothers movie, the first one. How would a turkey wear pants? Probably
I think where like Wilford Brimley is, maybe like you'd put him up to like the waist, kinda. If I had to guess. We've done a lot of maps tonight. Wilford Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a minute about diabetes. Diabetes. Think turkeys would just wear leggings? Just tiny little leggings for their tiny little legs? I gotta say, even though turkeys are like the least sexy bird in the world, they are really fun birds. Oh my god. Barrel roll is so screwed up. I'm sorry for your eyes if you see what's happening with barrel roll. Barrel roll is supposed to actually do a barrel roll, not whatever it's actually doing. Turkeys would need suspenders. I can see that. I can see turkeys wearing little suspenders. Little Teddy Roosevelt style suspenders. Roof plank. Probably behind the flags. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was talking earlier, I was talking about turkey again, because I always end up talking about turkey somehow on the fucking stream. I was talking about turkey luncheon meat, and where was it? I think we were watching Dungeons and Dragons Sandwich. I forget his name, but it's the guy who makes his lunch out of dice rolls, and he rolled pepper turkey. And honestly, if you're gonna have turkey, I think a pepper turkey is the way to go. Like you get the very mild, yes, taste of the turkey, but then you get just a blast of black pepper. Like that's some good stuff right there. And the problem with smoked is that sometimes you really don't want sweet meat, you know? Sometimes you're in the mood for something savory, and you pull out the smoked turkey, and it's like, thanks for the dessert. You don't usually like turkey, but one time you got smoked jerk turkey. Yeah, getting the extra flavors, like muscote. I think that's what Kitty was saying earlier. Peppercorn, jalapeno turkey. Smoked turkey should not be sweet. It seems like it is every time I get it. Like, for some reason, it just has this hyper, like, cloyingly sweet taste to it. And it shouldn't, because smoke just is smoke. That's all you need. Maybe it's like the sweetness of the wood that they're cooking it on, or something along those lines. Why is the Krusty Krab the window not being cleaned? There we go. What else? How about the base? You know, now I'm wondering if maybe all of the smoked turkeys I ever have had, they might have been like a... Now I'm wondering if Publix might have had like a sweet smoke. And a maple, yeah, because it was always like maple-y, so that could be the case too. Like, it wasn't extremely sweet or anything. It still tasted like meat, but... Yeah, it could have been like a glazed... Almost like a glazed ham, but with turkey. They're like maple glazed smoked. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Because I like smoked other things. Like smoked chicken is really good, but I think that's probably what it is. Like the Publix variety was always like maple smoked. Eat a grape, just one. I don't know if we have any grapes. And also, just one is I'm sorry. Who eats? I can't eat one grape. Ain't nobody eats one grape. If you're having grapes, you're either having a respectable handful or every grape, every single grape. You're eating all the grapes. Challenge. Sounds like a challenge failed to me because grapes are delicious. I don't know if I have any grapes though. I have American cheese. I have peanut butter. Grapist. Where's this floor that I'm missing? Is it underneath? Oh, I can't move that. All right. If you're at a party and have a charcuterie, you can have a grape. One of these days, you're going to get a video of me putting one grape into my mouth with no other context. Dumpster lid rim. That's not a promise, but it is a threat. Just when you least expect it, just an MP4 of me just succulently sucking on one grape. Watch a turkey eating a grape. I saw a wild turkey the other day. Wild turkeys are just some of the funniest birds. Bases dumpster wheel. Let's do the dumpster wheel. I don't know if I have any grapes. We'll see. Roof planks, doors. Let's grab the door. If you could be a cat for a day, what would I do first? Probably established territory. If only for a day, maybe not established territory. God, I don't know. Yeah, probably just screw around. Probably stay inside so I don't get eaten by a hawk. We have grapes in the fridge. Now here's the question. Sit on a windowsill, snuggle, be a lap cat, infiltrate a cardboard box. Here's the question. If you are a cat, do you think that if you had the cat, like the mind of a cat for a day, and you like hunted a mouse and ate it, would it taste good? Because you're a cat? Or would you still have the mind of who you were before? Meat is meat. It's uncooked. Uncooked meat. Dead mouse. It's not. It's a dead mouse. Let's watch this. You wouldn't be able to taste very much because you're a cat? It's Rocco. Just looked at Roar TV, this Rocco channel. Oh. Are there any short maps? Wait, whoa. What is this? Oh, paddy wagon. Oh shit, yeah. Let's clean the paddy wagon. Let's do this, and I think that will be I think that'll be our last for the night. This will be just enough to... Am I here again? Ugh. Probably be just enough for the night. This has been fun. Honestly, 3 hours does not feel any harder than 2 hours. Maybe for Power Wash because the maps just don't go on that long, but I'm more awake. This has been working out well. You aren't tasting that much? Do cats have good taste? Do they have good taste buds? Cat taste buds. Only a few hundred taste buds compared to the cat's 9,000. They also, I knew that they didn't have a sweet detector. Yeah, cats can't taste sweet. So if they are into your sweet stuff, it's not because it's sweet. Mark is very into bread. He always has been. And I don't know why. Probably just because it tastes good. That's stupid. Probably just because it feels good on his mouth. Like it's soft and pleasant. In fact, both cats like bread. Cats just like bread. I don't know, man. Okay, this is cute. There's a little fryer in here instead of an engine. That's cute. I guess cats don't really need to taste buds. They're just eating mice, so not really much to taste there. They would have to be able to taste for poison, though, right? Like, they would have to be able to detect that. Like, they're able to know when something is rotten. Maybe that's what those 100 taste buds are for, to be able to test for rotten food. Where's the kitten sandwich? I want to say that's like channel 200, but I could be wrong. Cats like to be a loaf. Very much so. They don't need to taste rotting stuff. True, but there are stories of them very clearly knowing when something has been, like cats know when something tastes rotten or poisoned or something like that. It's like they're just smarter than other creatures in that aspect. Or maybe they're not smart at all and they just are able to taste it. Who knows? I don't. But not with that many taste buds. 400 ain't a lot. Even predators scavenge? Yeah, I mean, we used to watch a channel on YouTube. Oh God, what was his name? Mousetrap Mondays. We used to watch, and his entire channel was catching mice, catching house mice and barn mice that were just invading his house. And at the end of the videos, if they were invasive, he would, dispatch them and then feed them to animals. The reason I'm telling you this very boring story is because some of the animals that came were cats. So they will eat a perfectly fine dead mouse. They don't prefer it, but because they love to hunt. But if they're hungry, they're not going to turn down a real food, a good food. Or more specifically, food that won't kill them. They can proactively barf medieval times. Exactly. If they drink too much alcohol, then they too can barf on State Road 434. That too is in the cards for cats if they play it right. What else is left in this? Whole bunch. Engine distributor holders. Apparently there's other stuff in the engine. Got it. And cats do have a pretty intense barf reflex too, so if they aren't feeling too hot, they can always barf up anything that they were, not poison per se, but I need, excuse me one second, oh, did I use all the steel? I did. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, they're smart critters. Point is, if you only had one day, I guess it wouldn't be worthwhile to hunt unless you really want to feel what it's like to kill something. That might really be the only reason. Now here's the question. What if you weren't with a family? What if you were a feral cat for a day? I would probably hang out under a bridge for the entire day. Maybe up a tree. Probably not up a tree because that's where the hawks are. I'd probably sneak into like an abandoned house and just like hang out for 24 hours because I don't trust being out there as a cat. Like there's birds, there's evil people. Dude. No, I would just be as far from everybody as possible and not come out until nighttime. Cats have the right idea. Yeah, it is cute. I think that was in the movie. You want to be in a home, they just do that. It's like those memes of like, this is not my cat. Alright, what's left on the top bun? Probably stuff at the very tippy top. This is a heads up. This isn't for a while, but next week, starting on Thursday, I'll be on a very small vacation. So, no streams next Thursday or Saturday. Maybe not Sunday. I'm not sure, but it's on the schedule. That's not until next week, though. Just as a heads up. Still left on this dashboard. Anything? Dad? Hello? There. Nope. That was a steering wheel. There's still like a... No, never mind. We got it. What is pickles? Oh, the pickles are the wheels. I got it. Yeah, these maps are cute. I think I like the other maps a little better, but I like the idea of the SpongeBob maps. There was a short-lived meme on TikTok or something, people calling out to their cats by name and not seeing them. There was a short-lived meme on TikTok or something of people calling out to their cats by name and... Oh! So they were like calling to them and the cats would just be standing there like, what? I'm right here. I like it when they do it with the dogs, because with cats are probably concerned about, first of all, that you're bothering them. Second of all, about your health. Dogs are great about that because they're just like, it's me. Hey, it's me. Hey. And they just get really excited. They're like, hey, it's me. And as long as you actually talk to them eventually, it's not so bad. But for those few seconds of it's like they just think you're stupid. It's like, oh silly, it's me. I'm right here. Especially if you get like a really talkative breed. You get like a husky or like a German shepherd. And you're just like, woofy. And he's just like, dude, I'm right here. What am I missing? Engine distributor holders. I thought I got those. Maybe not. There's an engine distributor. There's the holder. There's the distributor and the other holder. Okay. Next. Lettuce. A lot of nooks and crannies on this one, but it's not nearly as bad as a lot of the cars that we've had. A lot of the cars, even like the quad bike we just had with Lara Croft a few maps ago, love to put in little nooks and crannies that you'll never find. So you're spending a lot of time on these stupid maps going over the exact same crap. Because somebody had to put a little dirt way in the back of their lettuce. Could you imagine Lara Croft driving the burger patty car? That would be really great, actually. Cheese, 3 out of 4. What am I missing? This cheese? There, that cheese. Engine fryer baskets. Let's get the propeller, which is right here. Ordaman attempts to decipher ancient runes and more, accidentally summons demon. I don't know what game that's referencing. Engine baskets, probably this thing right here. And engine fryer. Give me a ding. Give me a ing. Come on. I don't have any more ings. Please. Please. Be good. You've only got a tiny little snippet left. There you are. Male seahorses are the ones that get impregnated. I don't think that's exactly correct. I know that they carry the babies. I don't think that's the proper terminology. Like, the males carry them and then they eventually have the babies, but I don't think the males actually get impregnated. I could be wrong. Oh, that's cute. I've got a little... I'm wearing the little little fish outfit. What is the last map? Invisible Boatmobile? I didn't realize there'd be another car. No, I'm tired. No, I'm tired. I'm gonna keep my promise because I think we're getting really close. And despite being a little early, I did start a little late, so I'm tired. That was fun. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That was like 5 maps. It feels like it was a whole bunch of maps. We will be back on Saturday. We will be talking about countries. It will be exciting. We'll do a tier list. Go pet Mark and ask him how things taste. You know what? I just might do that. I'm out. Thanks for hanging, guys. Love you. Goodbye. Have a fantastic Friday. Do something that excites you. Or don't. I'm not a cop. Bye.
Okay, Chief, take him away. I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.